this controversy, the cynicism that is being displayed over the way that the event has been conducted. The cynics say, the critics say, all of this billions is being spent for a nation state and for a sports. What if these billions were spent for Palestine? What if these billions were spent to feed the hungry? In fact, I have even read online, so many people are criticizing the da'wah efforts being done in that country. Billboards everywhere, inviting famous preachers to, talk to the crowds. People want to criticize everything. So many people of knowledge, if they were ignorant, I wouldn't say anything. But people who are supposed to know better, online they're posting very cynical put-downs. Oh, this is all a show. This is all for show-off. All of this is a waste of money. Now, again, technically they're right. I wish all of these billions were to be spent to feed the poor. I wish. But there's a difference between idealism and between reality. Whether you like it or not, some country is going to host this game. Whether you appreciate it or not, some land is going to be spending billions and doing all of this. So if a Muslim land does it and actually raises the bar for da'wah, and for the first time a verse of Quran is recited on the main stage, and for the first time alcohol is banned, and for the first time crowds are not going wild and crazy, women are actually saying we feel safe coming to this audience, to this land, right? For the first time we see some positives. Then do you have to be cynical to every single thing that you see? Can't you just allow some positives? Wallahi, I think it is a problem when anything that happens, you have to find faults with it. I think it is a problem. I am not saying that it is good to spend all this money, on a sports instead of the fuqara. But I'm saying I don't get to decide. It's being done. So the way that it's being done is better than the way it's being done anywhere else. At least we can agree to this, right? So rather than concentrate on the negatives, I say look at the positives. And you know what? We also have to point out here, how can you ignore the sheer hatred and hypocrisy of Islamophobes around the world when they're criticizing what's happening? They're criticizing no alcohol. They're criticizing this country for human rights. And they ignore the human rights of every other country that hosted FIFA. And they're ignoring so many other problems of the country. And this one, all of a sudden, they're making a big deal. You and I both know they're only doing this out of a hatred of Islam. Now, again, let me be blunt here. Oh cynics, oh people who find fault with this. If you are so blinded in your rage that you cannot see that actual enemies of Islam are hating on what's happening because they hate Islam, and you would rather side with them to criticize, then wallahi, I think you have a blindness of the heart, that you're not really seeing what is going on here. When all of these superpowers and news medias, famous news medias, are refusing to broadcast out of a sense of, oh, we're standing with, this community and the under community and whatnot. SubhanAllah, you know it's fake and you know it's hypocrisy. Now is the time that sides are being drawn here. Whether you like it or not, there are people who hate the Sharia and they're on one side. It doesn't make sense for you to be on the same side as well. So I say to these cynics, open your eyes and understand we don't live in an ideal world. Of course, we both agree if billions were spent on the fuqara and masakeen, it'd be more useful to mankind. But I'm not the one spending. And by the way, again, with utmost respect, gently pushing back, you're criticizing a country that has trillions of dollars for spending that. Have you in your own life cut back every single israf that you do, every single luxury that you do, and spent it on the fuqara? I mean, fair enough, you criticize them. Have you demonstrated in your own life every luxury you have gotten rid of? Well, then if you haven't, then understand, not everybody is ideal. And to have some khair and good is better than none.